Is it only me, or does the title screen look a little off to you guys? Like they're trying to jam pack all the words back to the kindergarten into that small little space. I don't know, just looks kind of weird to me when I just noticed it. Because most titles are very short, very sweet, but this one, yeah, they kind of had to extend, they had to reach. Why am I talking about this? On to the review! Okay, hey guys! Ugh, that sounds so weird. What's up, my beautiful viruses? So as you know, when I'm reviewing Steven Universe episodes, I like to go scene by scene, which tends to make for a long-ish video, but I'm gonna try and just talk about the context of the episode instead of just telling you what happened, because you obviously watched it and you know what happened. Again, something I learned from Skyward Wing. He's a channel that I aspire to be. But enough ass kissing. Let's get into the review. So, back to the kindergarten. This whole bomb focuses on emotions. That's something we know. It builds character, but it has all these lessons, these emotional lessons. And in Back to the Kindergarten, the lesson we get is not everything that is gone is hopeless. Well, there are several interpretations of that, because the episode started out with Steven just being sad and glum, which doesn't play into the last episode because he was happy. So in my head, I feel Back to the Kindergarten was supposed to like play right after Raising the Barn, but Gemcation happened. So yeah. But there was a joke where Amethyst was like, "Yo, Steven, is this a bad time?" And Steven was like, "Of the 3 things I have to do in the sink, this is the one I least mind you seeing." And I'm like, perfect, just comedy gold. Peridot is still feeling this immense sense of loss, and we can't understand how she's feeling, and her face kind of reminds me of the one Aquamarine did. I don't know if it's an emoji thing or a joke thing. I don't get this kind of references. But Amethyst is just like, no, you need to get out, let's go to the kindergarten, because Amethyst is that friend who would want to bring you out of your emotional slump, where Steven is like, okay, we need to give her space, which happens again in real life. When someone is feeling sad, you have the friends that just, okay, they want to give you your space to adjust, to adapt and accept, and there are some friends that believe, no, wallowing in this thing is worse for you. So as they're going to the countryside, we can see Peridot doesn't even want to look at the beautiful scenery because she just preferred her own. She preferred what she had with Lapis, with the barn, and it all got taken away. And when we get this little moment of Amethyst, she references the Famethyst, how now she can put faces to holes, and she's saying this must be 8XL, this must be 8XJ, and Peridot just tells her no, it's the other way around. And you can see Peridot knows a lot about gems and how they're formed. Like, she even knew, I think 8XJ had curly hair, and I was like, wow. And Peridot was like, this all used to make sense to her because she was a kindergartner. She always saw the life on a planet and everything as just aimless energy and channeling it into a gem to make a new life. But I like how they made her a farmer, because now she sees that no, making a gem is actually taking away life. Because she said she's used to plants and crops and sunshines, but there's none of that at the kindergarten. It sucked it all out. And it didn't even register to me that Peridot being a farmer, being someone who grew crops, would be a plot device now, because I always thought growing the crops at the barn was Peridot and Lapis, but you can see it's more Peridot. But wow, that is just some great subtle, that word is hard for me to pronounce from time to time. It's whatever, you can see that they just gently pushed that into the plot, and it was just a great plot device. And another joke of another joke of Peridot saying all the well-made amethysts have left here, and Amethyst were like, yo, that's not better. And they saw a flower and they're like, oh my god, hope. And they convinced Peridot to plant there to try and see if something can work. They did their best, but when they came back, everything just died. And Peridot just goes into more hopeless depression, because she was actually feeling hope at first that okay, something that was ruined can be fixed. But at the end of the day, you just see that the kindergarten just cannot grow life, and it turns out that it was a monster that had that little flower, which caused the fusion, the formation or whatever of smoky quartz. And I hate how the trailer just made it seem like this whole, when they did the SDD San Diego Comic Con trailer, I think, they made it seem like the diamonds were coming back and taking their revenge on Earth, and the crystal gems were finding them. Yeah, but we just see just normal beach city stuff, Earth stuff. But I love the message of this episode of, there are some things that just cannot be fixed, that you have to accept them the way they are, and just because this one thing got ruined or is bad does not mean everything is ruined or is bad, which is just a beautiful message, you guys. Even though Lapis left, even though she took the barn with her, that doesn't mean that Parada doesn't have other things. She has Amethyst, she has Steven, she can go somewhere else and start planting again, she can build again and start a new life, even though it's painful, but it's better than trying to make something work that just isn't going to work, or try and salvage something that just isn't there. God, this is just beautiful writing. And I remember somebody was talking about how this bomb made them feel so emotional, but I didn't feel anything the first time I watched it because I was expecting a real huge secret at the end, which turns out that wasn't the case. That person that spoiled something for me just made it up, and now I think I kind of hate the person because I was expecting something that didn't happen. So the whole enjoyment of the bomb was ruined for me because I was expecting something that wasn't there. But going through it a second time, I can actually feel that emotional tension that people are talking about. This thing pulls at your heartstrings, and it gives you messages or shows you things that any or everybody can relate to, and it's just beautiful and wonderful. And this is why I just like this show. They just handle themes tremendously well. And also, just a little nitpick, Amethyst's arm here, the color matched her hair. There's a little mistake there, but hey, it can be forgiven because this ending shot is just beautiful. It's just magnificent. Anyway, thanks Alvarez so much for clicking to watch. Please don't forget to read my books on Wattpad, support me on Patreon, and follow me on Twitter. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay forever awesome. This is TBC signing out.